Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to an all new Planty video. My name is Shannon and this is Planted 386. If this is your first time, hello, hi, how are you? Thank you so much for clicking. I appreciate you giving my small channel a chance. You can also find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, though I most frequently upload onto TikTok. So if you want to follow in between videos or maybe just get to know me a little better, you can check me out over there. It's Planted 386. I'll have it on the screen for you right here. And that's what I am all over the internet, Planted 386. And if you're returning, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. It has been far too long since we have sat down to chat, since we have enjoyed the Planty Corner. Life has been lifing. What can I say? The holidays is always a crazy busy time for me. If you don't know, I am a licensed cosmetologist and I also clean for a living. So the holiday the holiday festivities is when it is most busiest for me. And then of course we have our own holiday traditions. And then I had car troubles. Guys, it's been a journey, okay? It's been a journey. And in that time, we hit 2. We are officially 2 years old, which is crazy. It's crazy to me that I've been doing this for 2 years. I know that doesn't seem like a long time, but when you're in it, when you're doing it, it's like, I don't know, it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's what's been going on. I was having such FOMO over the break watching everybody film their favorites of the year. Those videos are the ones that really gave me the FOMO because if you're new here, favorites videos are my favorite. See what I did there? I just love them. I love show and tell in general, and I just love sharing with you guys the plants that inspire me to continue in the hobby, to continue filming videos, the ones that you look at and you're just like, I see you, you know? So yeah, we have, I think, 15-ish plants to get into today. Plus, I have a little something new that I'm getting into. I'll show that at the end. And I want to show you guys some merch, some new merch. The light just went out. So that's my cue to get into it. Okay, first, I want to share with you guys something exciting. If you don't know, I work with a local greenhouse and I adore them. They are the place that I got my first rare plant many years ago now. And I just love them. I talk about them a lot. So if you're new, this is Blue Moon Tropicals that I'm referring to. If you've been around, you already know. But we got new merch, guys. We got new merch. So this is a collaboration with a small business called The Rat Trap. And so on the front, it says Wolf Pack member. And then this is what the back looks like. I think these are so cute. So if you don't know, the brand Blue Moon Tropicals is pretty much based around their dogs, which are blue bay shepherds, and they really do look like wolves. Check them out over on TikTok or Instagram, whatever. And so we have Howl and Gurr, those are their names. And yeah, we are so excited to have these shirts. It's a little wrinkly. She's been in the drawer. I love it so much that I don't even wear it to the greenhouse when I'm working. I just wear like our work shirts, if you will. This is my fancy work shirt. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys because we were so excited to get them in. They came in right before the holiday. And so yeah, that's that. And so yeah, let's get into the plants, guys. All right, so the first one I want to share with you is my Wendy, y'all. My Anthurium wendlingeri. Is that, I'm pretty sure that's how we pronounce it. I don't even know how much of this you're able to see on the screen. Hopefully the whole thing, but this girl right here is so precious. Y'all know I love me a strappy Anthurium so much. Like, I think, honestly, top 3 for me of all plants of all kinds. Strappy Anthuriums are they're just it for me. I love styling them. I love the way that they look draping over shelves and things like that. I just think it adds such a beautiful, like, I don't know, it's a jungle vibe. It's pure jungle vibes. And so there's also nothing quite like watching a strappy leaf emerge. There's just something about it, the way that it starts out so teeny tiny and expands to this beautiful, elegant, classy draping leaf. I don't know, you guys. It's just, it does it for me. So the reason that I am so obsessed with her is, well, she's giving me this beautiful leaf, but this beautiful leaf has taken me some time. Like she just went on a hiatus for a little while where she wasn't doing anything. She wasn't losing leaves, but she wasn't growing either. And of course I find that as a challenge. I'm like, girl, what is wrong? Like, what do we need to do? So I repotted her into this bucket here, which is actually, this bucket is what my big vittariifolium used to be in. So I felt like it was a good omen, this bucket. And yeah, she ended up giving me this beautiful, beautiful leaf. The other reason I am so excited to see her looking so amazing is because when I got this, you guys, it was a tiny, and I mean tiny, little baby plug. Okay, she was a baby. I got her from the Green Escape before I stopped buying from the Green Escape. This was one of, I think, the last things that I got from them. If you don't know, I no longer support the Green Escape. I know that's a controversial topic, but I've had my experiences with them and it just is what it is. So yeah, anyway, she's doing really well. She's absolutely ginormous these days. Well, I say ginormous because she was such a little bitty babe, and she has put out a flower, but it wasn't quite, like, I don't know if this is going to be a spiral or not. We'll to be determined. Stick around, stay tuned, we'll find out. But yeah, I love her so much, and it's just been exciting to see her really come into her own this year. Okay, so next is going to be none other than my King of Spades that I so graciously was gifted from Miss Elena. She is Enchanted Plants on Instagram. I will have her handle up here. Y'all go check her out. She makes the most beautiful, and I mean beautiful, planty content. Like, her Instagram is goals, you guys. Goals with extra S's on the end. Incredible. But she sent me a little goodie box, and she had watched my wish list video, which I'll have another one coming up here soon, but she watched my wish list video from last year, and this was on there. She had one, and she took a cutting from hers. So we have twinning King of Spades. I was so nervous, you guys. I was so nervous because this is a plant that I have wanted for a long time, and she gifted it to me, and it's like a lot of pressure, you know, like, you don't want something to perish that has been gifted to you, that is a very valuable plant, like all the things. She has done nothing but thrive. Like, she is living her best life. I love to see it. She came initially with these 2 leaves. This was back in November. She's still holding on. Like, she's still holding on to her initial leaf. This one started to yellow a little bit, but this one was new when it was shipped. So it also cracked in shipping. Not long after I received it, she put out this one. And my goodness gracious, what a joy it was to see that whole process. And then she is working on another one. Like, I definitely need to pot her up. She has, and that's probably why those other leaves are starting to yellow. Her roots are juicy, luxe, and healthy. We love to see that. So yeah, I definitely need to size her up. She's definitely ready for it. And I am just in love with her. I love her. I love her, you guys. Look at her venation. It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Every time I look in my cabinet and I see her, I'm just like, Man, you are magic. You are magical. So yeah, I am grateful to have her. Again, thank you so much to Elena. I have not forgotten about you, sis. I'm still growing your plants. Trust me, I'm ready to get them out of my care because that's extra plants for me to water right now. But I don't want to ship and them go through the cold. It's gonna happen. It'll be like a little spring tree. I had wanted to send her box before it got cold, but life just got chaotic. So I definitely have her whole little stash. And so yeah, we're doing kind of like a trade, but that's her. Okay, next, and I might be a little biased here, and I think it's okay in this case scenario, but I made 2 hybrids this year. I don't think they're anything special, like new to the market or whatever, but it's something that I made. It's not my first time breeding Anthurium, but I don't know. I just really loved this process. I really enjoyed it from start to finish. So I have 2 of the seedlings here to share with you guys. This one is unnamed. I didn't name her, so I need your help. If you are still watching and you are gonna watch to the end, whatever, like if you're still here is what I'm saying, help me name her. Help me come up with a cute name because I don't know, I'm empty. It's empty up there. So I would love so much if you guys come up with some cute names. Whatever one I choose, I will credit to you. Like I will credit you. And yeah, let's give this gal a name, but let's get to her genetics. So she is a jungle giant cross Magfregetii. Jungle giant cross Magfregetii. And she is just so dang darling. I wasn't crazy about these when they first started coming out, but as they've gotten bigger, I'm falling more in love with them. They are so dark, you guys. Like so dark. I'm honestly not sure where they get that from because my jungle giant is dark, but not this dark, and neither is the Magfregetii. So that's that. Really cute though, really cute and definitely deserving of a name. I'm thinking about doing a giveaway in the spring once it like starts to warm up a bit and giving away a couple of these. So one of each anyway. So the next one that I made, she's my favorite. I named her Polly Pocket. I'm sure that that's like, you know, infringing on some copyright situation, but guys, I'm not a seller, okay? I'm just a little gal, you know, experimenting in her house. And I love Polly Pocket. So I thought an ode to Polly Pocket would be this gal right here. So yeah, she's super cute. This is Silver Blush cross Crystal Red Michelle cross Ace Crystal Red. So she's complex, but what's interesting about this one is the mother plant is actually very dark. The mother plant more resembles this than the way she came out. So she definitely took after the Silver Blush, which I'm not mad about. I love Silver Blush. It's one of my favorite anthuriums, which it's interesting because when I got my mother plant, which I got a cutting, it's a prop from Haley Blue Moon, her mother plant, on occasion, she'll have some for sale from her mother plant. So I'm glad that I made that move when I did because I feel like Silver Blush is kind of hard to come by, at least the pure form. So yeah, it's one of my favorites. I don't know why that is. I know that there was a moment in time where they were kind of floating around, but I don't see them anymore. I don't see them just up for sale. So I don't know. We've made some babies of her though, and I think she's absolutely darling. I'm quite obsessed. When these leaves emerge, they're just so precious. And look at all of that crystal. Look at that, you guys. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. I'm so proud of her. It's been fun being able to gift some of these too in the community here locally. And yeah, I just think they're so darling. Okay, you guys, next is my monkey tail cactus. It is wild how much this thing has grown over the last year. So I got this in August of 2024. So I've had her for some time now, definitely over a year. But when I first got this, it was tiny. And it was actually I bought two. So I had been wanting a monkey tail cactus for the longest time. It had been on my wish list, and they're kind of hard to come by. And when I was able to come by one, it was like pricey, you know? So I went into a local greenhouse. It's just up the road, and I was like, hey, you know, if you guys ever get monkey tail cactus, let me know. And they had this huge mother plant of one. So they ended up propagating it. And it took a while. It took a while for the props to go, but once they did, they gave me a call, and I went and picked up the one that they had set aside for me. But I ended up buying two because I just was like, oh my gosh, I've been wanting this for so long, and there was a whole little stack of them, so like I couldn't leave with just one. Plus they were both completely different shapes. So in that time, I have potted them both together, so they're definitely potted together. And I probably need to back off the watering just a little bit because we're coming into, you know, we're in winter. But I will say, she doesn't seem to mind, and she's growing like a weed. I can't get over it. I cannot get over it. It's so exciting to start seeing the like monkey tails, if you will. I can't wait for it to get really fuzzy. You know what I'm saying? Like when it gets mature, I guess. But she's giving me all this new growth up here also, which is so cute. Watching her put out new growth is so fun. They start out as like these little tiny nubs, little bumps, and then it just starts to go. I have propagated her once just to kind of experiment, because when I purchased it, the girl told me that it was really difficult to propagate. Like they had a really hard time with it. And so I had been nervous to prop it. Plus I really want a huge monkey tail. So I'm very sparing with the chops, but honestly, you guys, it propped pretty simply. Like I took something like this size and I just put it in soil, and it ended up, it wasn't difficult. So anyways, for 30 bucks, I got two monkey tails, and now here we are. If you are interested in this plant, I will say you're better off just getting a small piece, if you can find that, just a cutting, because they do grow really quickly. And I'm glad that I didn't buy one already like mature, because the ones that I saw up for sale were about this size, and they wanted anywhere from $75 to $100. And that's pricey to me, you know, that's a lot of money. So I'm glad that I did it the way that I did it. And it's been a joy just to watch this thing take off. So honestly, yeah, that would be the way that I would do it. I would do it the same way all over again. So that's where we are. She lives on top of my Vitro shelf, and she's just doing the most. She's super cute, and I love her so much. I love her. All right, you guys, it wouldn't be a favorites video if I didn't show you a Scindapsis, because if you've been around, you know I do love Scindapsis. This is my Scindapsis Platinum, and I actually found this at a big box store, which was an exciting find, you know. I love Scindapsis so much, so anytime I find a new species or come across a new species that I don't have, I'm excited about it. These are little marks from the grow light that she's up against, but I'm quite obsessed with her. Just that beautiful, I love a silver plant. So I just think these leaves are beautiful. And I have actually chopped and propped this plant multiple times since getting her. I've gifted some, I've sold some. So it's definitely been a prolific grower, and she's just gorgeous. She's just gorgeous. She's good to look at. And I don't know, there's something about Scindapsis for me, guys. I love growing them from cuttings, like taking a vine like this, cutting it several times, and letting those, you know, root out in water, and then starting a new pot. I just love the whole process. I love taking the vines and sort of, you know, twisting them around, adding them back to the pot. It's just, it's a fun one to grow. I would like to potentially at some point grow one across the wall. I would love nothing more than that, but I would have to get with John on that one. He's pretty open with any of it. I have stuff kind of growing on the wall, but I know how this is going to to the wall and make little marks. It's inevitable, it's gonna happen, but wouldn't that be so beautiful? I could have like a Scindapsis wall where I have a few different varieties growing up in the same section, so the damage is in the same area, you know what I mean? You guys feel me? Anyway, like look at that leaf. Isn't that beautiful? It kind of gives Kalimantan, but a more silver version of it, and maybe it is, I'm not sure. I do have Kalimantan as well, but that one has been more difficult to get going. I also have Marble Queen, again, slower to grow, a little harder to get going. Who else do I have? I have Trebii Moonlight, love her. She's my first one, and I have Exotica as well. But yeah, love her so much, and I just wanted to share her with you. I think it was Lowe's. It was either Lowe's or Home Depot that I found her, so if you like, maybe keep an eye out at those big box stores. It's just a fun, easy one. It's a staple. Okay, next is my Hoya variegated wayetii. Wayetii. Oh, this plant and I have, we have been on a journey, y'all. A full-on expedition. Took me a second. So this was one of the first Hoyas that I ever got, gosh, probably 3 years ago now, at least. And I found it to be incredibly challenging. This thing absolutely hated me, but also I didn't know really anything about it. Like I didn't know anything about growing Hoya at that time. She's kind of heavy. So basically I got her home. She freaked out. She pretty much just melted, if you will. And I was able to save just a couple little pieces. And this was at a time where like I was just crazy out there buying plants that I really honestly had no business buying at that time. Like I was so new into the hobby, and I went in head first and I just bought all the things, all the different genus, and I didn't really get to know the genus before buying, which is really silly, but don't do that. If you're new into the hobby, don't do that. Get to know a genus and then buy more of it if you like it. Like, for example, I went crazy on alocasia because I love alocasia, but they hate me. So all of that money wasted. Anyways, guys. So all this to say that not only did I buy the variegated one, but I bought the non-variegated one also, and they both did the same thing because I wasn't caring for it properly. This Hoya, what I've found is it likes to dry out. This is one that actually does like to dry out. It grows in terracotta really beautifully. I tend to be an overwaterer, so growing things in terracotta sometimes works out in my favor. And so I essentially had to start this over from pieces, the few pieces that I had left, and just pray that it worked out. And so it did, it worked out, but it lived in my Mills Botal for probably a solid year, at least a year, before I could even bring it out into ambient. And in that time, I have had her in this window right here. And she just loves it there. She loves it there. I don't mess with her. I leave her in this terracotta situation. She seems to love it. I water her thoroughly when I water. And so much so that it will drip into this cashpo, and then she can kind of, it keeps the terracotta slightly damp. And I think she really likes that because she's just taken off. This is all I have left of the original green form. And I just potted them together for space purposes. But man, the bigger this gets, you guys, the more I fall in love with it. I know it's nothing revolutionary. It's just a basic Hoya, right? But I don't know. I'm just, these elongated leaves and the variegation, the way that the leaves come out that beautiful pinky, like she's just so cute. And she's getting really long leaves, which I didn't know. I didn't know that the leaves get even longer and longer the bigger it gets, but she's exploding. She's taken off. She's never bloomed for me, but I love her nonetheless. And I know there's some little spots on there that look like mealybugs, but they are not. She did get mealybugs at one point. I treated her. Those are just, unfortunately, it's the leftover marks that the mealybugs made, sadly. But yeah, I'm thinking about taking a couple cuts and trying again to get maybe a second one going, just for experimentation. I like to do that from time to time. But yeah, she's just living over in that window, living her best life. And I gotta say, she's really grown on me over this last year. She's really grown on me. I think she's quite lovely. And I also, you guys know if you've been around, I love the way that a plant looks styled in a pot. Like, it's not just about the plant, it's when you get that plant paired with that perfect pot, that combination, like it does it for me. And I feel like this is one of those instances where it's just doing all the things. So anyway, I wanted to share her with you. I think she's gorgeous. I can't wait to see where it goes, but that's where we are for now. All right, you guys, next on my list is my Hoya polyneura. Just the OG green form polyneura. But again, this is another one of those like pot combo scenarios that just hits for me in all the right ways. I quite love this orb, which I actually got this from the Dollar Tree. And I had a bunch of them lying around, so I thought, oh, let's just give it a go. Now, polyneura is another Hoya that took me some time to understand. And now that I have the hang of it and she's taken off, I've just fallen in love with it so much so that it's one that I would love to start collecting, like all of them. I do have the outer variegated one as well. She's pretty tiny, kind of just getting going. And I also, this is such a sad story. When I went to IAS, I got the inner variegated one. It was the only thing that I purchased from IAS outside of a t-shirt to kind of commemorate the trip, and it's not doing so hot. In fact, I think like the two leaves are still there, but I think the node is spent and it's just gonna forever be two leaves, sadly. I have it growing in my Millsbo tall. We'll see what happens, but this just does it for me, you guys. I love this Hoya. I think she's so beautiful. Wild Fern has one, and hers is what really got me on the polyneura train, if you will. And I just think she's so magical. She's really starting to come into her own, and I have just really loved every moment of growing this plant. In the beginning, it was pretty rough. I had to start it over a couple of times, but now that I get it, I get it. I do think, in my opinion, she tends to be on the thirstier side, so, which is good because I am an overwaterer, but I don't know. I think I was treating her too much like a succulent in the beginning. Again, I really didn't know much about Hoya at the time. She's pretty old. I've had her for a while. One thing that I love about this plant is that it branches off so easily. Like I have a new growth point starting there. I have one up here. So while it looks a little bit sparse at the top, it's really starting to branch out in multiple places, which is a lot of fun. And I really can't wait to see where this goes. She seems pretty happy in her orb. I'm just gonna leave her be. And yeah, she's been growing in this window over here. I would love to see her bloom, but either way, I'm happy regardless. I just love her. I think she's so whimsical and quite charming, if I do say so myself. Don't mind that yellow leaf. I don't know. She does that to me every time I water her. She gives me one yellow leaf. I don't know what that's about. All right, guys, next up is my Rhipsalis micrantha. She's very long, very long. If you've been around, you know I absolutely love Rhipsalis. I think it is such an underrated genus in general. I have Paradoxa, I have micrantha, I have baccifera. I have several varieties, and I'm gonna show you two of them today because they will forever and always be, I don't know, treasured plants. I just love them so much for so many reasons. I love how easy they are to care for, first and foremost. It's definitely one that I can forget about and it won't throw a fit. It takes quite some time for it to start to deteriorate, if I'm being honest. And it's also one that doesn't really get pests. Like, I've never had an issue with pests on any of my Rhipsalis, which is awesome. You know, it's in a world of 300 plus houseplants, to have one that's kind of pest free all the time is like, it's such a blessing, right? So yeah, I think she's so whimsical, and I love her in this jazzy planter. I just love a simple plant in a jazzy planter. I don't know what that is, but I think it's just charming. Also, there's something about the way that when the light comes in the window that she's in, and it sort of cascades in between all of this. It's just so beautiful, you guys. Don't sleep on Rhipsalis. Now, this one seems to be a little bit more difficult to come by. I wouldn't say that it's rare, and I'm sure a Google search you could find one, but it's not as common as most of the others, at least in my experience. So yeah, I just love her. I love her flat little petals. I love the way that she grows, just kind of connecting like link after link, if you will. It's very easy to propagate, and it just looks, like I said, it just looks stunning. It's a grade A in every single way, just from the way that it grows to the way that it hangs and looks so, you know, whimsical and magical, how easy it is to care for, just all of the things, you guys. I love Rhipsalis so much, and I know that there's not much to say about it, you know, like it's pretty simplistic, but it's just very cool and super charming. I could go on and on about it, even though there's really not much to go on about. And I do have a little spider living in here, it looks like, so we'll leave her be. I'm gonna hang her back in the window, but yeah, I just wanted to share her with you because she's grown a ton. She's grown a ton this year, and it's been a joy. It's also fun to watch her new growth come in because it comes in very delicate, and let me see if I can grab one. Very delicate, very small, and it comes in like a chartreuse. So you've got this dark green of the older petals, and then you have this bright green of the new growth, which is kind of fun as well. But yeah, I love her. I love her. She's just so cool. All right, you guys, speaking of underrated, this is a Hoya that I find to be very, very underrated. This is variegated Hoya pachyclada. And if I don't say so myself, this is one beautiful Hoya. There's just something about her. Her variegation is so stunning. It is so stunning, you guys. I mean, look how beautiful. Look how beautiful that is. I also quite love her growth pattern. She is currently growing in my Millsbow tall right now. And so that's why she's kind of like at the top there. She's used to like hanging on to the panels of the cabinet. But man, everything about this, like her beautiful growth pattern, her stunning variegation. She is also a prolific bloomer. This thing has bloomed for me probably 4 times this past year, which is crazy. I got her in October of 2024 from Blue Moon. Just so you guys know, most of my plants are from Blue Moon, so I feel like most of you know that, but if you're new, just letting you know. I always have their information down below. They do have a website, and we also go live on Palm Street every Wednesday, just about every Wednesday. So yeah, anyways, she is just absolutely magical. She is super easy to care for. I have had 0 issues with her when it comes to, you know, pests or anything like that. I will say in the beginning, and you know, there's kind of a trend here, it seems, but almost with every Hoya, it seems like I go through a growth period, like a get to know each other. So oftentimes with Hoya, in my experience, I usually have to start them over. I don't know what that is, you guys, but I just have the worst luck when it comes to acclimating Hoya. I will typically get them home. They will freak out. and start to melt, and then I take cuttings and then I start it over and then it grows beautifully. So this one kind of did the same thing for some reason. I probably repotted it too soon, but that's another thing. I like to repot my plants pretty much as soon as I get them. And I know that that's very controversial, but I just prefer my soil. I know my soil. I know how often I can water it. You know, like, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things, but it's definitely a risk. And yeah, I restarted her. It took her a minute to kind of settle in. I put her in, it wasn't even this pot, actually. It was a smaller terracotta. And since then, I've repotted her into this one because she got to the point where she was just like flopping over in the pot. She's kind of top heavy. Her leaves are pretty heavy. I mean, she is very heavy. But overall, after that, it's just been a steady growth, blooming, looking beautiful, just being magical. And like I said, I just love her growth pattern. I love this sort of shingling right here. I just think that is so beautiful, so beautiful. She's got peduncles all over the place. There's a big, massive one right there. And yeah, if you want to see her in bloom, check out my TikTok because I did do a few reels of her in bloom and it is just so beautiful. But yeah, I quite love her, you guys. I quite love her. And I just feel like they're not talked about. Pachyclada is really not talked about. You just don't see anybody mention them. And I don't know why. I don't know why, because I just think they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. Okay, guys, next up is Hoya Wilbur Graves. This is another Hoya that I absolutely cannot get enough of. This is actually just a cutting from my mother plant. My mother plant is growing currently up my Vitstro shelf. So I had taken a cutting of her. I've taken several cuttings of her because I love it so much. I just kind of like having it in multiple places around the house. But with that being said, I will make sure I get B-roll in of all of these plants, what conditions they're living in, etc. But I just think Wilbur Graves, I remember this being on my wish list and thinking, oh man, what a joy it would be to have that beautiful Hoya. And I finally got it. To be honest, I think I got it off of Palm Street as just like a 2 or 4 leaf cutting. And since then, maybe it's been a year ago, that thing has just grown like a weed. This is such an easygoing Hoya. Not only is it easygoing, but it's absolutely beautiful. If you can get one with like a good specimen that has good variegation, oh my goodness. So I know it's probably hard to tell on camera, but this one has extremely good genetics. I got very lucky. My mother plant, same. It's absolutely beautiful. And I know it's kind of hard to tell because these are fresh leaves, but as these leaves come in, they will darken and it will look more like this leaf back here. It also sunstresses that really pretty purpley color that we love so much in Hoya. And yeah, every leaf, it's just one of those Hoyas where every leaf is literally a work of art. And like I say, she's just been super duper easy going, easy growing. Yeah, pretty effortless to be honest. And I've had it in a number of different conditions. So I don't think it really matters. So long as it's getting enough light, it's going to grow. It also is one to branch off, which I do love because it tends to fill out the pot really nicely and without a whole lot of effort. So yeah, if Wilbur Graves is on your list, I feel like you can find them pretty affordable now. It's not like it was even a year ago. And you know, you'll get some that are just be aware, you know, because you want to pick a specimen that's showing good genetics. For example, you know, this here is kind of lackluster, but you know, the rest of the plant is absolutely magical. And like I said, I'll have B-roll in of all of these plants so you can kind of see them. I can't stop looking at it. I actually haven't looked at this one in a while because it's been in this cabinet over here. And so, yeah, I just haven't really taken a peek, but she's grown quite a bit, and it's just kind of an example of what you could expect. But I also love growing things in little jars like this. I think that is so cute and charming, and I think she looks super cute in here. So it's one I'll probably wind up selling at a plant swap coming up. I think my next one will be in April. I need to get that flyer out. Anyway, she's super cute. I love her, and I think you would too. If you like Hoya, this is definitely a good one. Oh my gosh, you guys, this next one is just, it's another Hoya. I know. I feel like we're pretty heavy Hoya heavy, but I just love them. I love them. I mean, you guys know, I love my anthuriums too. And we have a few anthurium coming up, but like, okay. This is Hoya coriacea silver, and I cannot believe that I have a Hoya this beautiful. Like, I know it may not be for everyone, but it's definitely for me. I don't even know if I can show this well enough for you guys to see how beautiful these leaves are. Like pure majestic glory. This girl has grown like a weed. She kind of has a fun story too, which is another reason why I love her so much. Let me see if I can show you her good side. I feel like this side's a little bare. Not really bare, but there we go. Maybe that's better. Maybe not. Anyways, this girl has a fun story. So this again was on my wish list in last year's wish list video, I believe. And so I have a friend that lives here locally. She was wildly into Hoya. She sold them, etc. But she would come to our local plant swaps, and she was kind of getting to a point where she was just like ready to slow down in the hobby and sort of just get rid of some of her Hoya. And I asked if she had this. I asked if she had a few different ones. So it was like Nova Ghost, Coriacea Silver, Matilde Super Splash. Like there was just some like that on my list, and she had all three. So with this one, she brought it, and I swear to you guys, it looked just like this. Like it looked just like this, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. And she, at the time, she was asking $100, which for a plant this size, like it was a steal of a deal, and I knew that. But I just didn't have the $100. And so Haley from Blue Moon, she was also at that event, and she was like, you want to go in halves? And I was like, yes. So she and I both went in on this plant. And basically, I took it, I unwound it at the event. I unwound it and I propagated it. And so she took half and I took the butt cut and what was left of the vine. And I thought, oh, it was so hard to chop because it was so beautiful. But, you know, it was like, it is what it is, right? So I'm thinking to myself, man, I hope it doesn't freak out like Hoyas typically do when I get home. Like, I hope it doesn't take forever to get this going again. And let me tell you, you guys, this Hoya grows like a weed. Now, she is a little bit bleached, I will say, because I am growing her in this cabinet behind my Millsbow wide, and those Barina lights in there are pretty strong. I'm just checking them out. Yeah, they're pretty strong. Now, those Barina lights grow plants impeccably good. Like for the money, impeccably good. They're far better than the bars, the little magnetic bars or the 1-foot bars, which is pretty much what I have everywhere else. But these lights back here, just side note, are incredible. Like the way things grow, if ever I have a plant that's kind of suffering or it needs extra care, I'll throw it in this cabinet and 9 times out of 10, it will bounce back. Anyways, so yeah, this thing has come back with a vengeance, and she's absolutely beautiful. Every single time I go and water her, I have to rewrap her because she's just like crazy. She's just crazy. She grows absolutely insane. So I'm trying to see if I have the date on here. Do I? Okay, yeah, I got her in April of 2025. So almost a year ago. Not even a year ago. And she's already as big as she was when I got her, if not a little bigger. So it's pretty amazing. She also will throw out growth points, which is nice. So for example, I have, it looks to be one coming here, right here at the top. Now I will say she obviously doesn't like to be wrapped like this, but it is what it is. I only have so much space. I will say it does take her a minute to get started. Like I have a couple cuttings of this and it takes a minute for them to get going. Like it does. But once it gets going, it gets going. And I will say this is a very thirsty Hoya. Like I could water this thing. I swear to God, I could water this thing every 3 days and she would not care. Like she just wouldn't care. And I think it's because her leaves are pretty thin. And so she just requires it. But in terms of like leaf drop, stuff like that, she's just happy. She's always happy. She's always growing like crazy. And so, yeah, I'm quite obsessed with her. It's another one that I'm a little precious about. Like I don't really want to chop her. I've only taken a couple cuttings. And yeah, I just think she's so cool. She's so cool. If this is one that's on your list, you guys, get it. Just get it. Okay, speaking of Anthurium, let's get into one. This is my Delta Force. Okay, I get it. Like, she's not really much to look at the moment. A little crusty in some places. We're kind of getting to know each other. But what's amazing about this is she's really starting to come into her own now. Like, she reached cataphil. She's got a new leaf coming right here, which is strange because this leaf here still, like, it never sized up all the way. I don't know. It's almost still a little soft. It's very strange. Like, I'm not really sure what's going on with this guy. And in fact, it's been a little bit of an interesting grow. Like, she always does this crispy thing here. And I don't know. I definitely need to figure it out. But if you know, you know, this is my all-time favorite anthurium. Like, there are photos and images of this anthurium out there that just blow me away. And I would love for one day to have a specimen like that. So that's the goal. And I know we're pretty far from the goal, but all I know is I have one. And there was a time where I thought that would be impossible. Like I would never get to have a Delta. So I'm so grateful to have this. I got her in March of 25 as a pretty tiny little baby. So, I mean, she's definitely grown and she's sized up and all the things. And like I said, I know she's not much to look at the moment, but I think this is going to be the year. This is going to be the year that I get this really going, and hopefully by this time next year I'll be able to show you guys an amazing specimen. We'll see. Stay tuned. That's the hope. Cross your fingers, because like I said, I would just to have one like Danya's would just be like, you know, all the things. All the things. Okay, you guys, next is my Rhipsalis baccifera, or mistletoe. And again, this is another Rhipsalis that truly, I don't know what to say, guys. Like, I know just looking at it, it's like, okay, right. But there is just something so magical about this, to me anyways. And the way that I have it styled, it's on, like, it sits on a pedestal and just drapes over a pedestal, and it just looks so beautiful. This is a plant that I look at every single day. Every single day I look at her, I appreciate her, especially when the light comes in through the window. And this year, I've shown her many, many times on the channel, and I believe I have a dedicated video to just this plant. I'm pretty sure, in my How to Grow series, which I need to make another one. I need to make another couple of videos of how to grow. Anyway, she's so low maintenance, and I will say this year she's really thickened up. Like, she used to be kind of, I don't know, like she's always been beautiful, but it's just been fun to watch her sort of branch out down here. And it's always fun to watch the new growth come in at the top and just sort of stick straight up, pointing to the sky until it gets heavy enough to finally bend over. But yeah, I mean, I have a red Rhipsalis as well that I absolutely adore. And I do plan on filming an updated houseplant tour soon, so you guys will get to see everything. But oh my goodness, I also have a new shelf that I added, and I don't think I've shown you guys yet, so that'll be fun. But anyway, I know I keep getting sidetracked. There's just so much to talk to you guys about. It's been so long. But yeah, I love her in this terracotta. I love how thick she's gotten. I love how whimsical. I mean, pretty much the same things that I said about micrantha earlier in the video. There's just something about Rhipsalis. It just does it for me. I love the little roots that grow off the side. They're very easy to propagate. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And I quite enjoy it. I really do. I could stare at her all day. I could stare at her all day. And one of you had mentioned, like, you should stick more up here in the pot and let it sort of, you know, fill out the pot. And yes, but it's just another one that I hate to propagate. Like, I just love watching this get thick and juicy and voluminous and, you know, see how far it'll trail. Like, it's honestly, you guys, it's almost reaching the floor from the pedestal. So I'm going to have to find a new spot for her. I may move her and like my monkey tail. I may move the two of them, because the monkey has plenty of room to grow, whereas this guy she's reaching the limit, you know? And that's why the ends are a little bit curly, because I think she's kind of touching the ground, but nonetheless, she carries on. And yeah, if you're just looking for a plant that is going to look beautiful either on a shelf or just really anywhere and be very low maintenance and be so fun to watch grow, don't sleep on her. Don't sleep on her. It's absolutely magical. All right, you guys, it wouldn't be the best of the best without sharing my other two strappy anthuriums with you, because they just hit in all the right places. But they are far too large for me to hold, and they absolutely will not show in the frame here. So I'm going to have to set up the camera and give you probably B-roll, honestly. Yeah, that's probably what we're gonna have to do. Okay, so the lighting is not gonna be the best, at least on the frames where I'm in it, but like I said, I'll have B-roll. But this is my Pally, you guys. This is Pally, and she has just absolutely come into her own this year. I love her so much. This is her newest leaf. It's still so soft and fragile. I figure now is a good time to just pop over to the B-roll. But as you can see, you guys, like, she's gotten so long that I actually had to add this stool. So she's actually on a shelf, on a stool, in order to, you know, have enough space to not hit the ground. But there is just something so magical about Polyneura, and you're gonna see, I'm sure, Polyneura all over the internet, and there's just a reason for that. It's just, not only is it easy to care for, but it's absolutely pure magic. It's just one of those plants that gives you all the jungle vibes in all of the best ways. And there is something so very exciting about seeing Polyneura grow a new leaf or emerge a new leaf. It's not one, like, she's slower to take off than my vittariifolium for sure, but when that new leaf comes, it's like the Super Bowl. It's, you know, it's 2 weeks of just pure magic, checking daily, and all the things. So she's bloomed for me several times, and I always chop the blooms because honestly, I don't know, you know, I don't even know if I want to mess with her. I just want her to be beautiful. And I know that if I breed her, you know, it's going to take energy, and I just want her to be doing her gorgeous, just sitting there pretty. She is beautifully velvety, and yeah, you guys, like, if you don't have one, you know, definitely you're going to need space, so take that into consideration. It's definitely a space hog, but it commands the room, if that makes sense. Like, it's worth it. It's totally worth it. And I just will never get enough of her. I will never get enough of Polyneura. It's pure magic. Next is vittariifolium. Of course, I can't do a video without her. This is going to be very difficult to show you because I have this big girl here in the way, but I just want to kind of show you where she starts. So as you can see, again, she's on a stool in a elevated pot. Like, that's how big she is, you guys. I can't explain to you how absolutely massive this plant has gotten, and I refuse to propagate it. I refuse to propagate it because it's almost like, let's just see how big we can get, you know? Let's just see how far we can take it. And I have grown her now. I think I got her in June of 23. So I've had her for quite some time. She is actually giving me a new leaf currently. And when this girl is happy, it's one leaf after the next. So there's her new leaf. She just gave me a leaf. This is, like I say, much, much faster to grow than my Polyneura, but her leaves are touching the ground. Her leaves are touching the ground, and I've already elevated her on this stool. So I don't know what the next move is, if I'm being honest. It's one I'm gonna have to come up with a solution, because I love her so much, you guys. I come into this space and she just owns it. She really just owns the space. And doesn't that look so beautiful? Like, when the light's coming in on her, it's just, like, I could go on and on and on for days about it. I know you don't have days for me to go on and on about it, but she's just so perfect. For real, do not sleep on it. If this is one, if it's also, I have a whole dedicated video. Like, she makes me stutter, you know? I have a whole dedicated video on this plant. So, you know, you can check it out there. But it's just, if you are looking to get into anthurium and you're a little intimidated, this is a great place to start. It is a great place to start because it's very easygoing, you guys. Some of her leaves are leaves that she came home with, okay? So, like, you know, anyway, I love her. And like I said, I could go on and on about her, but she's just amazing. Okay, and next and last but not certainly least is my Doc Block Michelle. Again, another plant that I thought, oh my gosh, I will never get one. She was on my wish list. I just wanted one so bad for all of the obvious reasons, you guys. Like, I mean, she's just so beautiful. And yeah, I mean, she's got some spider mite damage, you know, she's got some crunchiness going on to her leaves. I will say this one puts out, like, when her leaves come out, they do tend to get a little bit wonky. You can't even really get a full, like, it's hard to take her in because she's just so huge. But this is her most recent leaf. And she's got that beautiful color, like that pinkiness. She's still soft, and it's actually a perfect leaf, so I don't really want to mess with it too much. But yeah, I mean, I've noticed that when they emerge, they kind of come out crunchy. It's probably because she needs a better pot, but also, like, you know, you're getting to the point where I don't know where else to put you, you know? Like, she's already commanding this entire space. But she's worth it. She's absolutely worth it. Pure magic. And I did get her from Blue Moon. And yeah, I'm just so grateful to have her. Like, her leaves are, there's one there, behind there, and she's got one or two in the back corner. So this spot we're trying out. She's been here for probably a month at least at this point, and we're just trying to see, you know, if we can tolerate it here, because honestly, you guys, I don't really have anywhere else to put her, you know? She's so large and in charge So it's one of those things where if she doesn't work out here, I may have to consider putting her outside, which would be such a bummer because I do love looking at her. You know, every day I enjoy looking at her. So that would be kind of sad. But anyway, that's her in all of her glory. Love her so much. And yeah, that's that. All right, guys, that completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I have missed you so much, so much. It feels so good to be back. I am just so grateful. I am so grateful to this community, to this platform. If you made it all the way to the end, leave me a butterfly emoji. Yeah, I'm just so grateful to you guys. I reflect on my time here on YouTube and I wouldn't take it back for anything. Like, I'm so grateful that I started my channel because I have met some of the most generous, wonderful, kind, beautiful people on this platform. And I just want to say that if in this new year you have contemplated, you know, starting a channel, or, you know, maybe you've thought of it and you're just unsure, do it. Do it, start it. You don't have to have any fancy equipment. You don't need all of that. Just do it, because there's really no negative. There's really no negative that I can think of. And I just, yeah, thank you guys so much for being a part of my journey. I appreciate you. And I'm hoping to get back to regular scheduled programming. And yeah, I have all of the information that you may need in the description box. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Just check, make sure you guys are subscribed, because if you're not, YouTube will not notify you and I'll get lost. I'll get lost in the, you know, the internet. Anyway, thank you guys. I will see you soon. Have an amazing week.